Welcome to Road America for the Speed World Challenge. Let's get it down to the grid. Brian Till.
This car sits on the pole for the Speed World Challenge touring car race here at Road America, a full 3 seconds faster than last year's pole position time. It also marks the first time that a Nissan has captured a pole in touring car competition. The pole also gives Peter Cunningham sole possession of the record for total poles ever won by a World Challenge driver, breaking the tie between himself and Pierre Kleinubing. You know,
Yeah, it has it all. I mean, in the world, this is one of the top tracks for sure. The track's a lot of fun. Pretty high-speed track, but reminds me maybe a little bit of Watkins Glen.
Let's take a look at how they will line up at Road America for round 7 of the 2003 Speed Touring Car Championship. And as Brian mentioned, a significant achievement for Nissan and Peter Cunningham. That is Cunningham's first pole since VIR last year. Shauna Marinis, her 3rd front row in the last 4 races. What about on the 2nd row? Rookie Tim Pappas, an outstanding effort. That's his best grid spot ever. Back on row 3, we see Pierre Kleinubing, Bill Aublin, and they're the 2 guys duking it out for the championship. Will Turner, that's his best grid spot since he was on pole at Lime Rock. Eric Curran in the 2nd Nissan, and green flag at the back here at Road America. Get set for round 7. We're getting to the business end of the season. What can Shauna Marinis come up with on the outside pole? Can she challenge Cunningham? We'll find out now. Round 7 underway. Cunningham and Marinis off the line pretty even. There's a bit of mayhem further back. John Prawl in the Audi trying to get through. And here comes Tim Pappas up the outside. You ride with Jeff Oldenburg. He squeezes through on the inside.
You know, nice move by Jeff. And Shauna, you know, she really wasn't in a position to move to the inside and protect that position from Jeff. You know Jeff is going to be pushing hard, very hard from the start here. And these guys were bump drafting down these long straightaways to get a better lap time.
Yeah, Kleinubing tucks into 4th there. Shauna Marinis has been shuffled back a couple of positions. Eric Curran runs wide, and that looks like could be Nick Johnson as well. They're getting into each other further down there. And look at this, Peter Cunningham through. I think John Prawl may have a problem.
Well, you know what? He also got offline there going into the kink. And again, this...
Oh, is that Aublin? I think Bill Aublin has gone around. Try to FBR Transport Cars doing a wonderful job. Tim Pappas, then right there is Fitzgerald ahead of Endicott, then Will Turner, and it looks like Matt Plum, then Shauna Marinis. This is tight.
You know, that's part of racing. You know, some days you have a mechanical problem.
Peter Cunningham at the moment enjoys about a 1.5 second lead. Look at Jeff Oldenburg in the try.
For him to learn a lot as a rookie, you know, the first time you start running at the front, initially it's a little awkward, but then you start, straightaways aren't always straight. They weave a little bit, so sometimes getting up to the guy and getting by is 2 different things, but right there, looks like they've got it working great through the corners here, and right now, Pappas is showing what he's capable of. I guarantee he's excited. He sees in front of him Pierre Kleinubing, a guy past champion.
1.2 seconds over Pierre Kleinubing, but look at Tim Pappas, there is no...
The reason being, when you look behind you, you see Pierre Kleinubing, a guy that you know real well, that you race with, and who's heck racing on one here, who everybody knows is strong, and a lot of times you get overshadowed, but you know, he's been doing an exceptional job. Right now, he realizes that he's Turner Motorsports' best shot at a win. He's giving it everything he's got, and getting by Fitzgerald, that was a great move. Crane though, so they might not go full course caution here. You see Pappas, he's eating slowly away at PD.
We will wait and see. Look at this. Tim Pappas challenging our race leader and multi-time champion Peter Cunningham, the defending. Pierre Kleinubing, Tim Pappas. Incidentally, Tim Pappas, the rookie, his best result to date is 6th, and that was earlier this year at Sebring in Florida. So he is running on a real high at the moment.
Doing a great job.
Look at Oldenburg go for the defensive line early. He's trying to hold Will Turner at bay.
And Turner's looking very strong here. And again, you know what? If people wonder, boy, how do you keep the guy behind you when he's running faster? Well, you just make him go the long way around the racetrack. And, you know, we've got a caution here, so nothing is going to happen. The interesting thing when you see a caution like this, sometimes the guy in 2nd will take advantage if you slow down too much. As he gets up to every corner, he's bringing that left foot over just to kind of a confidence to him. He cuts with the left foot, boom, then you go for the right with the right foot when you need him.
Cunningham still leads and leads confidently. This could be a big weekend for Nissan and Nismo, their performance division. This new Nissan Sentra, the last 2 races Cunningham has finished with a pair of 5ths and has been progressively improving this car. Of course, they added the 2nd one to their stable with Eric Curran, who's running a little further down in 10th, exactly where he started the race. There's Curran holding off. Welcome back to Road America. We continue on, and you see our race leader, Peter Cunningham. He's defending from rookie Tim Pappas, who's having the drive of his life at the moment in the Team FBR Transport Lexus IS 300 ahead of Pierre Klein-Ubing, Jeff Altenberg, and Mike Fitzgerald.
Turn that steering wheel forever. Your car's not going to turn again until you get off those brakes. He stayed on the brakes a little bit too.
There is the situation up front. It is Peter Cunningham in the Nissan Sentra, Tim Pappas in the Lexus IS 300, but guess who is coming? Bill Auberlen has come from 34th all the way up to 10th. He is flying. There's the...
Oh, absolutely, Bill Auberlen is flying. I talked to the guys. Will Turner has said nothing on the radio. Bill Auberlen has. He said, sorry, guys, my mistake, racing deal, but we're going to make it exciting. The question is, with that 180 pounds, how much punishment is he going to be given the tires? How much is he going to wear that car down? You want to know why Peter Cunningham's going so fast? It's because this man right here, Nick Poulos, is the honorary crew.
Against Turner, you know, Turner knows that Auberlen's coming, and these guys have radio contact, so they know what's going on.
Whoa! Eric Curran and Shauna Marinus get together, and Marinus gets split second.
Again, Curran making the move on the outside, and really that was Shauna, you know, getting back in line, getting the left-hand side of the road, going into turn 7.
First lap, he was having a strong run today, and we rejoin our race leader, Peter Cunningham. His teammate in RTR was involved in that incident just a moment ago with Shauna Marinus. It's an eventful day for a lot of different teams. We've got a good race on our hands. Plenty still to come. Stay with us. We continue here at Road America. You ride with race leader Peter Cunningham, the most experienced guy there is in Speed World Challenge racing. He's got the most poles, the most wins, and perhaps this could be a very significant and special day. You see on his helmet there, the letters JAZ, that's for Jerome Andrew Zimmerman, the crew chief of real-time racing that was sadly, his life was sadly taken recently in a road accident here in Wisconsin. And there's a lot of people here, a lot of friends and family of Jerome's and of real-time racing and Team RTR. In total, there's 160 people here supporting RTR and real-time racing. And Peter Cunningham would love nothing better to give Nissan its first victory here in this new Sentra, and one for Jerome Zimmerman as well.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, but right now it's not an easy thing. You take Pappas out of the equation and he's looking sweet. Pappas is definitely pushing hard, keeping him.
She has been involved in quite a few incidents of late. That one was, as Johnny mentioned, just one of those racing incidents involving Eric Curran.
You know what, and the thing is, Lee, it takes so little. When you're pushing these cars, I mean, they are an edge. I mean, it's almost like sometimes you can put your finger on the car and get it to spin. I think Sean's going to look at that, though, and say, my goodness, I really did come over on him. He didn't have a run. So really, you know, you got to place the blame really kind of on yourself on that one. Mid-Ohio, though, I think she was having brake problems.
And actually, it's just come to mind that Curran was the guy that she hit up in the keyhole. So those two...
Hey, life has a way of balancing.
On board the Nissan Sentra, the #1 machine with Peter Cunningham, who has not had a race victory in Speed World Challenge in almost a year. Road Atlanta last year was his last victory. This year's been a development year with this car, and now he is not too far away from enjoying the spoils of victory. Brian? Tim Pappas continues to chase. We'll get back to Brian Till in just a moment. We're in the closing stages of this one, though.
You know what, and when you watch Petey, you watch how clean he is, how nice he's hitting his lines. You know, a lot of times, you know, my crew chief on my team is a guy named Dan Banks, and what he's saying to me on the radio as you get, you know, deep in the race, he's saying, just hit your marks, man, hit your marks, meaning get to your turning point, get to your apex, get to your exit, you're going to have no worries as we see the white flag.
1 to go here at Road America. Brian.
Well, guys, I've checked in with different teams down here. Altenberg, he's lost second gear. That could be key here.
A lot of gruff from these guys, because I talked about Bill Auberlen, how to run with Bill Auberlen, these guys are going to have to, you know, raise their game. And, you know, it's making me feel better that he's having a good run today, because, you know what, he really is. He's doing a special job in these cars.
Two other guys have had a good run today too, Nick Johnson and James Safronis in the Techmark Autosport BMWs. They run 9th and 11th, and Mike Van Sicklen is intense. So a pretty good day for some of these guys. Meanwhile, a bit of history here for Nissan and Nismo and Nissan North America. Sensational stuff. Peter Cunningham comes out of the final turn. The checkered flag is waiting. Well, it's only taken 6 races. They came into the second round of the year, and Nissan wins its first Speed World Challenge event here at Road America at Peter Cunningham's home circuit. What a win! And no doubt, to start a couple of small parts that were major parts, and they were niggly little, they were teething problems early on. And now Peter's really going to...
I like that. He must have seen that done in the Fast and the Furious, but that is sweet and well-deserved.
The Sentra creates some smoke here at Road America. Wonderful stuff. And round by round, this car's been getting better from our winners. First, let's have a look at the results. Cunningham, Pappas, Aublin. Some pretty amazing driving here today at Road America. Stunning stuff as you look through the rest of the top 10. Some